know, I ordered 4 bags of peaches for my cobblers, and they only sent 3. She turned and looked at me. And you ate 2 of those, Keaton. I only ate 2 peaches. I held up fingers that could have denoted the number or a peace sign. Both gestures I hoped would help my cause. Not 2 bags. A sheepish look on my face, I hung my head. I had eaten them. Couldn't deny that. And I knew I was going to hear about it from her. She did not hold her tongue at all. But they were ripe and oh, so sweet and juicy. I didn't say you ate 2 bags, but those 2 made a difference. Sorry, I said. Again, but she had moved on. Are you sure you got all the pans out of the car? She looked toward the door as if she could see it from there. Pete, her designated assistant for the day, although his usual job was in the bookstore with me, had gotten a serving cart from inside the church with the help of Rocco. Rocco Jackson, no relation to Mama Zola, looked more like a bouncer at a corner bar than the church's designated security and parking lot attendant. Muscles popping out everywhere, buzz cut and dressed all in black, t-shirt, pants, and combat boots. He sat in a wooden booth, glass windows on all 4 sides, centered in the middle of the parking lot. Country gospel on his radio and a plastic container filled with umbrellas. It didn't take much convincing for him to let us in the building early, once we pried him off his cell phone and with Mama Zola's promise of an extra heaping serving of her peach cobbler. Yes, we got everything out of the car, my brother answered. What about the sweet tea from Biscuits? Our soon-to-be famous sweet tea? Koby asked. It was intended to be our signature bestseller when we opened. It and Koby's buttery, flaky, golden brown biscuits. But it had been surpassed by Mama Zola's soul rolls. Did you spill anything? She started lifting the foil covering over the aluminum containers. The smell of the food came wafting out, making my stomach grumble. Nothing spilled, Mama Zola, Koby said. We were careful. He knew how to handle her. She'd been one of his many foster parents. We were separated when we were 2. I was adopted into a great family who gave me a loving home and an awesome childhood. Koby wasn't adopted. He spent his formative years in group homes and other people's houses and lives. That was until he got to Mama Zola's. She'd been his real first mom. Starting when he was 13, Koby had put on a sleuthing hat and somehow, over the course of a few years and out of the 7.6 million people in Washington state, found me. But, even with Koby's skills, our birth mother's present location was unknown. But, now together, we were working on that. Hopefully, though, we'd find our biological mother. I know Koby wanted that more than anything. In fact, I had written to the King County Adoptions Department of Family Court Services to get any identifying information on her we were allowed by law to have. Maury Hill. That was her name. We'd gotten the correspondence from the county around the time when Koby's foster brother, Reef, had been killed. Inside, we'd found out a couple of things that may help on our search for her, like a last known address, where she went to high school, and that she had attended a community college. And hits on our genealogy account with other people with matching DNA were also helpful. Meanwhile, the 2 of us together had started a family business, Books and Biscuits, a soul food restaurant and bookstore, and we were trying to make up for all the lost time from being separated for all those years. Oh, Mama Zola placed a hand on her cheek. I hope I didn't leave anything at the restaurant. Her eyes wandered back toward the door. You didn't leave anything, Koby assured her. I think you took all the food we had, I said, teasing. I ran the books side of Books and Biscuits, so I didn't know about what went on over on the biscuits side. My brother was the cook and manager of our cafe. I knew better than to try to give my input into anything on that side. I took my cooking skills after my mother, well, my adoptive mother, Imogene Rutledge, who, I had discovered since eating my brother's and Mama Zola's cooking, could win a place on the Food Network's Worst Cooks in America. I didn't take everything, Mama Zola said, using a napkin to wipe the sweat from her forehead. She turned her mouth down.